Previously on Sisters in Stars Hollow.
You little you.
Like Roquefort cheese. Antonia, bring the puffs.
Are you Lorelai?
Menthing Chrysostomy. Uh-oh.
Cats out of the bag. Season 2. Season 2. We're in season 2. That was the worst.
That was so bad.
Thing I've ever improv.
I was trying to really, and I just messed it up. But, oh my gosh. Okay, we are in season 2. We are in it.
We are in it.
They come at you fast.
Yeah, and I like it.
There was so much packed into this episode. I was like,
kind
oh my
of.
God. like taking the note.
Oh my God. You're ready. You're like, oh my God, now this is happening.
I was like, my hand was cramping. I was like, there's too much. There's too much happening in this episode.
Too much emotion.
With the storylines of all the characters.
Yeah, like literally all of them went through something in this episode.
I was like, oh my God.
Yes. Pretty sure literally all of them
did. It was like, the pain.
The pain.
I'm trying
It
to
burns.
take these notes because there's just so much to think through, but don't want to spend too much time before we get into it. Do we have any business? Any fun facts?
This has nothing to do with Gilmore Girls, but I wanted to tell you, I am finally reading Throne of Glass. I finished the first book.
You're probably going to finish the series before me.
I'm on the second book, and I did some light research, no spoilers, and I'm deciding to read the prequel after book 3, but before book 4 is what I found.
Oh, interesting.
Apparently, that is the author's recommendation, and some people like that way too.
So, the prequel is Assassin's Blade.
Yeah.
There's Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, then Heir of Fire.
Uh-huh.
And then you're going to read the prequel?
Yeah, because it's the fourth book called Queen of something.
Yeah, Queen of Shadows. Yeah.
Yes. Again, I don't know. I'm only on book 2. I could still read it after book 2. I could stop
You
now
can
and
do
read
whatever
it now.
you like. You can do whatever you like. Again, I haven't finished the series. I read Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, then Assassin's Blade, then I started Heir of Fire.
You read it third.
Yeah.
Not fourth.
Yes.
And did you like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was fine. The reason I'm like, after Heir of Fire, I hadn't finished Heir of Fire, so there could be maybe some reasoning there. I'm not sure if there's something that comes to me, and I don't want to give anything away. I just feel like Heir of Fire starts going off in a separate direction.
Okay.
Versus Assassin's Blade kind of connects more to Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm now have started the second book, and it is very much like, it just seems like a continuation, like very like
yeah, and Assassin's
together.
Blade can tie those things together. Heir of Fire feels like it goes off somewhere else a little bit. It starts going off in a different direction.
So the reasoning is supposedly that if you read the prequel before book 4, that it makes book 4 a lot more impactful.
I think I did hear that. Yeah.
That's what I saw somewhere.
Okay.
So I was
Do
like,
it.
okay, I'll try that.
What you think?
Yeah.
Well, then we can finally discuss.
I know. Because we haven't discussed it at all yet.
Not. I gifted Alexander these books for Christmas a few years ago now. For the first 3, I think.
years ago,
Yeah, I think
maybe?
so.
Yeah.
So now I have
finally
to like
reading
reread them. But 'cause I'm like, I don't even remember all the names and what was going on. But well, that's exciting. Yay, books. Yeah.
Yeah, books. Yeah, we like reading.
At one time, read books, read books, read books. Yeah. That's our chant. Okay. Anyway, back to Gilmore Girls. Hey, it's all relevant. Rory's a big reader.
Right.
So it works. Before we start, what are we drinking today?
It's a Diet Coke for me today.
Yeah.
It's a Diet Coke kind of week. It's not coffee, but it has caffeine.
I have just got my classic Nespresso yellow, the Solelo one. That's what it's called.
Oh, okay.
Sitter's like, I don't know.
It's brown.
Just the classic coffee for today. All right, well, there is a lot to discuss.
Yes.
So let's just get on into it. I'm Julia.
I'm Alex.
And this is Sisters in Stars Hollow, Season 2, Episode 2, Hammer and Veils. So the episode opens and we hear Lorelai calling out for Rory. She is coming downstairs and she has a veil made out of newspapers atop of her head. She wants Rory's advice. Lorelai wants to know what a good veil length would be for her. She's going through some different options, but, Rory can't take it seriously. And she really wants Lorelai to go to a real wedding dress shop and try on a real veil. And Lorelai's like, no, I can't go to those places. There's too much taffeta. It gives me cotillion flashbacks.
So how is she going to get a dress? Can you get over that and go to a dress shop so you can find a dress for this event?
A wedding dress. The whole what? Just the wedding
and
everything. I'm watching a little bit ahead just so I can get my thoughts together for like what to talk about in certain cases.
Okay.
And I'm just like, what is Alexandria going to think? I literally... No, I haven't watched too far ahead.
You already know what I think.
I
and guess
know.
what? I still think that. But we'll get there.
We'll get there. But anyway, she won't go into a real wedding dress shop. But then she does tell Rory that she did go into one of those shops yesterday, and it was not good because she realized that you're supposed to order your wedding dress the first day of junior high, and if you haven't, then it's off the rack for you.
Yeah, you have to order them many months in advance,
You
actually.
do.
Yeah, that is
what
real
happens.
life.
But you can also find
You
very
can-
nice stuff off the rack.
You actually can. Yes, I will agree. Yeah,
You
they
know.
have a lot of stuff in store,
They
too.
do. So, I don't know. I was like, you're fine.
You're like, okay. Well, it's like, what shop did she go to? She went to the shop in Stars Hollow that has like 5 dresses and that's it, maybe?
Missy Mip dresses or whatever. It was something like weird.
Yeah,
And Rory
I
makes
know.
a comment where it's like, so we're watching the budget. I think it was something, she's something
I
like
missed that.
along those lines. Like they don't have anything there. Lorelai also said she tried on 3 different dresses and one of them gave her a rash. Like, where did you go?
Like, this doesn't sound like a normal bridal shop.
This sounds like you went to like a sketchy street. You
Where
know,
did you go?
Where did you go? Actually, let's take a minute. She tried on dresses and one gave her a rash. This is spooky. Like, where were you?
I'll put that on the spooky list.
It's a maybe. We'll see.
Or she has allergies to different types of materials,
I guess.
and
She
that's
broke
why
out into hives, maybe.
stress hives.
Stress hives. It
Oh,
happens.
no.
That happened to me recently, so it can happen. I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
But that's
Lorelai's
not
having-
typical.
It's
That's
not.
typical.
It's not typical. Lorelai's having anxious thoughts, but Rory's like, all right, let's go. Come on. We're going to a real wedding dress shop. I'm making you go. And she pushes her out the door.
Can I make a comment before we go to the next scene?
You can.
Why was she trying the veil style from the 70s? Do people wear a veil like that anymore?
In early 2000s?
Yeah. No. Like where it was like up short and like up over your head.
I know,
You
I
what I'm
hated
talking
it.
about?
I hate it. I do.
Like that's
I was
not
like,
like that was not a style of veil. Like short veils, even they don't like look like that. They didn't look like that. That's like it feels like an 80s maybe like style. Was that supposed to be like a joke? Probably.
Probably.
Like at that time of that episode, it was like, oh, this is like clearly it doesn't look good. I don't know. Like nobody wears a veil like that anymore.
Yeah, not that high. That
Like because it was high. Yes,
Yeah.
the way it was like short and high
Yeah.
is what I'm talking about. We don't have to dwell on it. I just was like, is she really considering
Is
that,
she-
or is this a joke?
I feel like it had to be a joke
Probably.
because it looked terrible. I was like, do not wear a veil like that. But we fade out of the intro and we're at Chilton. I know, I'm making a
What,
face.
you're making a face.
Because I was like, didn't they break for summer? They explain it away that they're in summer school and everyone is just in summer school.
I was also confused by this, I would say, because I was thinking like, oh, well, maybe it's like in the scene, I was like, oh, well, maybe it wasn't exactly quite at
Right.
the end yet. Like it's the last like week or two of school kind of thing, maybe.
Right.
But then they were like, oh, are you in summer classes? And I was like, wait, what are they talking about? It didn't even occur to me until right now that was them explaining why they were all there.
Yes. Like everyone was there. The halls were filled. I mean,
Yeah, like it was like, oh, we're just gonna like have the Chilton scene as normal. I guess that's just gonna continue, even though it's summertime. Air quotes. Like what? That's not. No, that wouldn't be happening.
we see Paris and the posse, and they're looking at the sign-up sheets of some kind. Must be all the volunteer opportunities, or the sign-ups for summer classes. I was very confusing. I'm not entirely sure.
That whole thing was just
Very
confusing.
confusing.
I'm
Anyway.
confused.
They're in summer school, signing up for summer classes, as well as signing up for extracurricular volunteering opportunities.
Service hours.
Service hours. The posse is talking about their need to get their grades up. Madeline's worried about that, and Paris has no time for their BS. She's like, get a study schedule, figure it out. You need to go to college. Because they're trying to be like, maybe I won't even go to college. And she's like, no,
Yeah.
you need to go to college. At that time, Rory approaches. Madeline says, hi. Oh, Rory, are you also doing the summer school thing? And you see Louise and Paris being like, Madeline, what are you doing? Madeline's confused. And Rory's just like, well, you're not talking to me right now. So the girls have to remind Madeline about Tristan and PJ Harvey, that whole incident, which Alex and I were at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Yes.
very recently in Cleveland. There was a whole section in there about highlighting women artists, and there was a framed picture of PJ Harvey.
Yes.
And we're like, oh my God,
It's PJ Harvey.
I don't even know who that is
Yeah.
or any of her music.
But we recognized it. We were like, PJ Harvey. That's cool.
Yeah, she's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So
Yeah, I almost forgot that happened. That was really fun.
I took a picture of it, so I'll post it with the episode. But Rory is just like, look, I'm just going to look at the board, be on my way. You guys can continue. But Madeline continues talking to Rory and tells Rory about an opportunity to rebuild houses that's happening tomorrow. And that if she does that, it will look really good on her college transcript. And Rory says, okay, well, I'll think about it. And Paris is like, what? No, you won't like that. Rory's like, why? Because you're going to be there? She's like, yeah. She's like, you won't like it. It's the worst. It's hours of hammering and drilling and dirt. You'll hate it. And Rory's like, how do you know? How do you know I don't spend my hours every week hammering and drilling? They're just arguing about it. They start to go their separate ways. And then Rory's like, wait a minute, why don't you want me to go? Are you seriously going to be mad at me forever about the fact that you thought I was going out with Tristan even though I wasn't for the rest of your life? And Paris says, I have great commitments.
I am going to hold a grudge forever.
Yeah. And Rory's like, you don't see how stupid this is? This is ridiculous. And Paris is basically like, look, sorry if you thought we were friends, but we're not. And Rory's like, all right, you're going to be stubborn. I'm going to be stubborn right back. Look, I'm going tomorrow no matter what. Paris is like, fine. And like storms off. And it's like, I hate summer. So crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, what? But Rory's left there in the hall. And then Henry approaches her. Where's he been?
I was really excited to see him. It's been a while.
It's now summertime, and Henry is finally approaching Rory, being like, hey. And Rory's like, oh, Henry, hi, it's nice to see you. So formal, like you haven't run into him since the Chilton party. Like you're running into him in the store out in the public. Like, oh my gosh, it's nice to see you. It's like you guys go to school together.
Well, they must not have any glasses together.
I guess
something,
so.
But also never see each other in the hallways.
Yeah, it wasn't really
not true at a small
believable.
public school. Wouldn't happen. You see everyone.
You see everyone. From experience. You see
yes, that's
everyone.
what I'm saying. You see everybody.
He asks Rory what classes she's taking over the summer. He's also doing the summer school thing, and she's taking Shakespeare, physics, and obscure Russian poetry.
I laugh so hard at this. She's like, I'm taking obscure Russian poetry. That is so you, Rory. Like,
yeah.
That's so perfect.
Obscure Russian poetry.
Somebody offered that class and she was like, this is what I must take.
Yes.
Over the summer.
Over the summer. I must spend my time. Henry's like, wow, just trying to get through trig. But there's this little pause and then Rory goes, Lane's fine. And he's like, oh, good. I haven't talked to her in a while. I called once and her mother answered and she sounded angry. And I called again and I hung up 12 different times. And on the 13th time, she said she was going to call the FBI and trace the call and have me thrown in prison. And he got scared and he stopped calling and thinks Lane might think he forgot about her. And Rory's like, I'll tell her that you haven't forgot. And Henry gives his number to Rory so she can pass it along. And then that Lane can call him at her leisure. Flash to the next scene. We are pulling up to Friday night dinner. Lorelai and Rory are driving up to the house. They're in the car. Lorelai's making fun of Rory for wanting to build a house tomorrow because they're not at all like this. This is not their thing. They don't do construction, building, outdoorsy things, dirt.
Yeah, they don't really do dirt. Yeah, like outdoorsy, getting your hands dirty kind of stuff.
No, that's not what they're known for. So Lorelai's just kind of making fun of her for that. They get out. They start approaching the door to ring the doorbell. And Lorelai says, wait. And she takes off her engagement ring. She has to hide it. Rory is just like, when are you going to tell them? You're getting married in 3 months. This happened fast.
Yeah, why is the date so close? At this point is why we understand why she's nervous about the wedding dress timing. Because the wedding was scheduled only a few months away. They just got engaged. I mean, they basically just got engaged. It hasn't been that long. That's not enough time to plan a wedding.
It's not. It's stressing me out.
Planning a wedding in 3 months. Oh my God. Usually it's like I was like hyperventilating into the mic.
Future. Do you know what I'm talking?
I forget what that's from.
SpongeBob.
Yes. I'm like, I know that.
I'm rocking like Squidward. Future.
Stressful to have a year.
Yeah.
It's still stressful.
Oh, God. So 3 months, they're getting married. She doesn't want to tell her parents yet. She just says, I'll tell them soon. Rory's trying to talk some sense into her. Lorelai wants nothing to do with it. And Rory says, if you don't tell them in 2 weeks, I will. Emily answers the door. No hello. Just, we're going to have to eat quickly. Your father has a very early flight tomorrow. And then walks away.
So she's clearly upset.
So Lorelai and Rory just left in the doorway like, okay. Another crazy entrance, right? But And
Yeah, was it the last one that they went there that
she was like,
was
come
all
in,
like,
come in.
"Ah!"
Yes. You never know what you're going to get when the door opens.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to be behind the door. And you hear Emily in the background being like, walk as you babble, please. Come on. They immediately go into the dining room. No before dinner drinks or anything like that. Emily's like, quick, eat. Lorelai's like, okay, shouldn't we wait for Dad? And she's like, oh, don't worry about him. And Lorelai's, again, trying to make jokes, make light of the situation, being like, well, he's the one with the early plane. We don't have to go anywhere tomorrow. We can stay all night, have a party, do jello shots, play light as a feather, stiff as a board. Just made me laugh. Emily just does not have any reaction to this. She's just staring down her food, quickly like shoveling food into her mouth. Richard then walks in, is surprised that they started. But then Richard asks Rory if he could speak with her for a moment, and they leave the room and they go outside. As they leave, Lorelai is wondering what that's all about, but Emily's just silent. She doesn't say a word. She won't even look at Lorelai. Flash to Richard and Rory outside. They're talking, and basically he's apologizing for what happened last week with Dean. It sounds like he did already call Rory and apologize, but he just wanted to apologize again. And then he goes, we had a fight. This was our first one, and I must say I didn't care for it. And Rory goes, yeah, I didn't like it either. They make up, and he's like, okay, all right, let's go back. And then he stops and he goes, we're fine now, right? And she goes, we're fine. And they give each other a big hug, and it's really kind of sweet. I really liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And as they're walking back inside, Richard says to Rory, like, oh, I wanted to give you something. And they walk off. But they pass the dining room, and Lorelai's like, wait, where are you going? Like, save me. Like, what's happening over here? But we're back in the dining room. Lorelai's just trying to make small talk about loving the salad dressing, just trying to get her mom to say something. And then Lorelai, you can tell on her face, she's like, all right, I guess I'm just going to say it. Now is the time. And says, Mom, I have something to tell you. Emily's still not making eye contact, just says yes. Lorelai asks her to put her fork down because she's just shoveling
She's just
food.
like eating. She's just looking down and eating. She's like not acknowledging anything.
Yeah. So Emily finally does. And Lorelai says, okay, well, so you know Max? Emily goes, no, I don't. Lorelai goes, okay, well, okay, you don't know him, but you know of him. Emily says, I've heard rumblings. I love that.
I've heard rumblings.
I've heard rumblings. And Lorelai says, well, Max and I have been serious for quite a while now. He asked me to marry him, and I said yes. And I'm getting married. And she shows her mom the ring. And Emily just stares and says, well, I think that's very nice. I certainly hope we'll be in town for it. But if not, I promise we'll send a nice gift. Now, excuse me, I'm going to check on the roast. And she gets up and leaves. And Lorelai is just left there, like, kind of dumbfounded. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Savage. Brutal.
Savage and brutal, but also so... Did you think that was warranted?
No, that was not warranted at all.
No.
Yes, clearly she was upset. Well, she could have handled that way better, and she was upset. She could have used that moment to be like, guess what? I already know. Like, your friend told me, and they could have hashed that out maybe.
They could have had the argument then. They probably would have started fighting then.
Yes, like, it probably would have been an argument, but she should have, like...
She should have acknowledged.
Said, yeah.
Why didn't you tell me? Why did I have to find out from a random person that you're getting married?
Yeah.
That's what should have happened.
Yes.
Because Lorelai did tell her. It's not like...
Exactly.
You know, she kept it a secret. She was like...
Okay. Like, she did eventually tell her, so...
Yes. So that was just, oof. We don't see the rest of the dinner. It's just left with that. We flash to Stars Hollow. Rory and Lorelai are walking, and Rory's asking if Lorelai's okay. Lorelai's just like, fine, look, what happened tonight was inevitable. I should have known not to tell my mom. Telling her I was getting married to a wonderful guy that will make me happy. That and giving her my address when I finally moved out were two of the worst moves I ever made. And Lorelai's just going on, like, I shouldn't have done this. Goes on about how her mind and her mouth are different entities, and they're talking to each other.
There was this whole thing about my mind and my mouth and my mind. Like,
yeah, it was like, okay. I couldn't even follow.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
They are walking into Luke's. They sit down. They want to eat something. Lorelai's like, I'm crabby. And Rory goes, well, Luke will cheer you up, won't you, Luke? And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm great at spreading joy. Lorelai is trying to convince Rory that she's accepted what's happened, but Rory knows that's not true. Of course, Luke asks about what's going on, so Lorelai starts to explain what happened with her mom. And then Luke went on this really long rant about hating weddings.
Have you had a bad experience?
I was like,
this?
What weddings were you going to? Yeah. He's going on about two people say they love each other, but then you start the planning of the wedding, and then it starts, who do you invite? Who sits there? Open bar. Auntie Junie doesn't want chicken. Uncle Momo's office mitts. Lorelai's like, Aunt Junie and Uncle Momo? He's like, oh, it's for the example. She's like, what is it, a circus couple?
Yeah. Yeah, what is it, a retired circus couple?
He's like, and after all that planning, the reception will be a disaster because no matter what you do or how carefully you plan, halfway through, someone's getting drunk, someone's making out with somebody else, and someone's chicken Kiev is landing on the wedding cake. And I was like, what wedding did you go to?
I mean, I could see some of those things happening at a wedding. Like, it's not.
I could see all that
but, like,
happening.
maybe not.
Maybe the chicken Kiev on the wedding
Yeah,
cake.
maybe the chicken on the cake one, no, but the other stuff, like,
Yeah.
something you have to be like upset
cynical
about. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It's just more like things are gonna happen. You just have to like accept it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not like be mad.
Right. Lorelai is like, the Gettysburg Address was only 1 page long, and that was about a war. Like, that's how long he was going on about this.
That's that little scene there. We flash to the Gilmore house, and it's the next morning, and Rory is running late for her day on the construction job, trying to get all her stuff ready. And Lorelai is like, wait, I made you something. And Lorelai pulls out a bedazzled golden hammer. Rory's like, what is that? It has feathers on it. What do you want me to do with that? And Lorelai says, build a really pretty house. Rory's like, how long is it going to take me to convince you, like, for me to not take that with me? And she's like, 45 minutes or longer. She's like, okay, fine, throws it in her bag.
Yeah, I was so, like,
why?
flabbergasted by this gift. Multiple things. One, when did you make this?
When did she have time to
When
make
did you have time
this?
to make this? Last night at 1 a.m. If you found a hammer that you had at your house, which, first of all, how you had a hammer, okay, you just had one.
That's unbelievable already.
Yeah, but like
okay,
fine. And you bedazzled it?
And put feathers and ribbons, and that takes a while to do.
It does. She had to like hot glue that stuff on
So
there.
she was up for a
probably.
couple hours, like 1 to 3 a.m.
Hot gluing. She was up from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. in the middle of the night, hot gluing feathers, sequins onto a hammer for her daughter to take to a construction volunteering job where probably equipment would be provided. I was like, she doesn't need to have a hammer. They're just going to have stuff. Then in the next scene, they're like, do you have a hammer? What? No, what is this? Like, bring your own hammer?
What is this?
Yeah, the bedazzled hammer was insane.
My picture is like Lorelai. She's like gone crazy. Like her hair's like all over the place. And she's like, she's like evil laughing, and like it's like gluing like bedazzlements to this hammer.
Yeah, because also it wasn't even like symmetric or anything.
No, it's just like all over
stuff,
the
like,
place.
Stuck onto it.
I'm like, she's gone nuts.
The wedding planning is too much stress.
There's too much stress has
She's
gotten
had a
to her.
mental break.
When did you have time to do this? They flash. It's like, she's like gone crazy.
I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard. But that's what the thing looks like though. That's like plausible.
Yeah. Anyway, Rory takes the hammer, throws it in her book bag. As she's trying to leave, Lane arrives at the house. She's
like,
always
I'm trying to leave.
You need
I'm
to
late.
go. I'm late.
Why are you here?
And she's dropping off multiple boxes that she had to carry from somewhere. Like, did she drive over there? Like, how did these
That's
boxes
true.
get
Did
there?
she drive there? Like, what?
Tons and tons of boxes of magazines and posters and books. She has to leave them with Rory because she's about to be shipped off to Korea, and she doesn't want her mom finding this stuff in her room and throwing it away. She's very afraid of that. So she needs Rory to keep them safe. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Exactly.
She also gives Rory a Lane Kim retrieval kit with emergency phone numbers, map of the house that she's staying at, the contact from the consulate. Like, Lane does not believe she's returning home from this trip, and her parents haven't given her a return date.
I know it's not a quote, but the Lane Kim retrieval kit is my like equivalent of quote of this episode.
Standout moment.
Yes. It's like she comes out, this is the Lane Kim retrieval kit. And it's like starts with things that are like more sane and gets more and more like she thinks she's gonna go missing and have to have like a detective like searching for her.
Yes.
Like that's like
That
she's like
could be spooky.
it gets more okay, yeah, I guess so. Like she's like, okay, here's the address of the cousin's house where I'm staying. Okay, here's a map of their house. Like, okay. Then it's like, here's like the consulate. Here's, all these numbers. Here's several phrases in Korean and how to pronounce them. And then she goes, here's a picture of me now, and here's a mock-up of what I would look like in 6 months. It's like, what? Like on like a missing poster or something? Yeah. It's like, what?
She like, what does she think is going to happen?
I know. That's why, like, not only does she not think she's coming back, she thinks she's going to be, like, missing. She's like, yes. On the missing post, like, whoa.
Oh, my God. She thinks she's not coming back. You know what I mean? Like,
she's
she's
like
going
to disappear.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Whoa. Like, for the FBI. Like, here.
Yes, exactly. Like, here's all these things you can give to the FBI when I go missing. It's like,
oh, my God. But yeah, so she says she's leaving right after the engagement party.
We also find out that Lane did call Henry he likes her, he's awesome. And she's like, and I'll never see him again.
But that's how she leaves it with Lane. And
Yeah.
Rory's like, all right, awesome, gotta go. So she's running out of the house. And then Dean approaches the house. Everyone just wants a piece of Rory today.
Yeah, she's just like, I have to go. Why is everyone here?
Rory tells him, what she's doing. And he does not believe that Rory's going off to build a house again, because that's so unlike her or her and Lorelai and all that.
Rory's like, yeah, but I'm late. You can continue making fun of me, but you can go inside and talk to my mom about it. Like, go make fun of me with her, but I need to go. And then Dean asks when Rory will be back because he just thought they could hang today. Go to the movies, get something to eat. He even offers to go to the bookstore to watch Rory browse for 6 hours. I mean, that was
nice.
really nice. And Rory says, I would love to, but I can't. I have to do this today. And Dean goes, blow it off. All right, Dean. Jesus.
Yeah, like, no.
Rory says, I can't. And she says, what about tonight? We'll get pizza and we'll go on Amazon. You'll be just as bored watching me browse for books there, I promise. And he says, deal. I was like, oh, this was back when Amazon was just a book
Oh,
site.
true. Yeah. That didn't click for me.
For a moment, I was like, Amazon? I was like, that didn't exist then, like as it is now, obviously, right? But it was weird hearing her say, we'll go on Amazon.
Okay, because you felt like it was too early for Amazon. I just thought oh, she's just gonna do online shopping for books. But I didn't click. Yes, that's what Amazon was at that time. It was just a bookstore.
But obviously now today it's we just go on Amazon for everything, right? So it's we'll just go on Amazon. I'm like, what? What year is it?
They leave it at that. They're gonna hang out tonight. We flash, we're at the construction site. Rory arrives. She taps a man on his shoulder and he's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm working here. I got a saw. You don't tap a man with a saw.
I could have hurt you. I could have hurt myself. I could have hurt someone.
What are you doing? Where is she supposed to go?
Where is she supposed to go? Who is she supposed to be talking to?
This is actually, this guy kind of becomes a recurring character.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his name's Tom. And he is the construction guy.
Oh, really?
Yes, you'll see.
Okay, that's hilarious. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, Tom is making an appearance here. So he's like, I got us. What are you doing? Bye. And she's like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, he's just like, wait, where are you from? And she's like, Chilton. He goes okay.
All right, Chilton, come on. You got a hammer.
You got a hammer?
And
why would she have to have a hammer? I'm just going to still, why?
She didn't know to bring that.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's what were the instructions she was given? Was she given any just show up at this location? And someone was talk to that guy. And so she went and was
yeah. So she pulls out Bedazzled's hammer and he's like, that's a hammer? And then she tries to explain that her mom did it and this and that. Her mom does that. Her mom dresses up things that aren't pretty. She made little outfits for her whiteout bottles or something like that. And she's like, she's not insane. She just sounds it.
Yeah, it's when you explain it like that. Yeah, kind of.
She does kind of sound like she might need some help. Just maybe, I don't know. But he's like, okay, whatever. And so he starts to explain her instructions, wear sunscreen, drink water, and if you hear the word duck or run, that means duck or run, get out of the way. And Rory's like, what? What am I supposed to be doing? And he's like, you'll figure it out. If you get stuck, ask the person next to you. And it's like, what? That's not how construction works.
No, it's not. That it was false.
And they almost get hit by a piece
and then
of wood.
And then something is falling.
A 2x4 falls and they're like, look out. They almost get hit by. I'm like, this is
OSHA. Someone needs to report this to OSHA. Workplace safety. 2x4 almost fell on a teenager.
Oh my God, that could have really injured her. Also, the construction of this is not structurally sound. It's just not. Who are they building these for? They're gonna fall apart.
He leaves her there, be like, all right, see you later. And so she finds a loose nail somewhere, goes up to a 2x4 and is about to start hammering it into the 2x4. I'm sorry. It's what is she doing?
Again, I'm really laughing at the idea that construction as a concept is just people going around hammering things.
I know.
That's not true.
We never see the rest of the day. We have no idea, right?
Yeah.
But let's just say no one ever came over. I mean, she's just gonna be hammering nails into a 2x4.
Why are there nails just in the wood but not hammered in?
It was a loose nail that she found.
She just had a loose nail and brought it up to the wood and was about to hammer it into the wood.
She's just finding nails and just
That's what I mean.
random places. It's just it doesn't make any sense.
But as she's about to do that, Paris appears out of nowhere being like, this is my wall.
I built this wall.
I built this entire wall. This is my wall.
We find out through this conversation that Paris has been volunteering with this organization for years. She's like, look, Harvard is an Ivy League school, and you need more than good grades and test scores to get in. Every person who applies to Harvard has a perfect GPA and great test scores. It's the extras that put you over the top. And Rory's like coming to this realization, like, oh my gosh, yeah, I never thought of it that way. And then Paris goes on, like, I started volunteering in the 4th grade. I handed out cookies at the local children's hospital. By 10, I was leading my first study group. The youngest person in the group was 12. I've been a camp counselor. I worked a suicide hotline. I've manned a runaway center. I've adopted dolphins. I've taught sign language. I've trained seeing eye dogs. Oh my God.
This is too much for one person.
Also, you are not the person to be manning suicide hotlines or runaway shelters. That is the wrong person
Like
to be doing that.
Yeah, no
Just
emotional empathy.
No,
Yeah,
it would be
that's
so
just not
bad.
the right fit. Not the right
So
fit.
bad.
And then Rory says, well, when do you have time to have a life? Fair question.
Yeah.
And Paris is like, I'll have a life after I graduate from Harvard. And then she goes, if you'll excuse me, the drainage on the south side of this place sucks. And then walks
I
away.
thought that was funny.
Yeah. Madeline's there. She's like, hi. Just stumbling around. I'm like, what?
Madeline is gonna like get injured
Yes.
in 5 minutes. Like
Yes.
what exactly like what is happening?
We don't see the rest of the day. We're back in Stars Hollow, and Rory's bus is returning. Dean is sitting on the bench reading a book, waiting for her. Rory gets off the bus. You can see she's all sweaty. She's covered in dirt. She looks exhausted. Dean asks how it was, and she's like, it was a long, long day. Clearly can tell she's tired. Dean goes, okay, well, the day's over, so let's talk about the night. And starts going into plans about the movies they could see and the times and this and that and all the food and all that. And Rory's like, I can't do anything tonight. She goes, I have a lot of planning to do. I'm 10 years behind on my extracurriculars. Explains basically what Paris was telling her. And is like, Paris has done a million things, and I've been studying my whole life, and I thought that was enough, but I need to do something like help the blind or the orphans or something. I need to be doing something. And Dean's like, okay, fine, but do you have to do that tonight? You have to help the blind and the orphans now? She's like, you can't make up for 10 years in one night, Rory. Like, that's crazy. And she's like, I know, I just need to go get organized. And he's like, Rory, it's summer. It's summertime. It's time to hang out and kick back. And she's like, I can't do that now. She's like, I gotta go help these people. And Dean is annoyed. And he's like, oh, I thought we were gonna spend time together. She's like, what about tomorrow? And he's like, you're busy today, so we made plans for tonight, and now you're blowing me off again. You're going to summer school 3 days a week, and we've been apart for a while now, and I figured you want to spend some time with me. And Rory's like, Dean, this is about Harvard. And he's like, well, excuse me, it's about Harvard. I forgot.
I'm loving your rendition of this fight, by the way.
Because it was so like, oh.
The whole thing was like
I'm
teen
like,
angst. Like,
yes!
oh my God, I just
Oh.
want to roll my eyes.
Oh
At both
my
of them.
God,
At
both.
both of them.
He's like, oh, I forgot about Harvard. Okay, fine. And storms off. And Rory's like, you're mad? You're mad that I want to be sure I get into a good college? And he goes, no, I'm mad because my girlfriend doesn't seem to have time for me anymore. Rory's like, this is important. And he's like, it can't wait for one night? Fine. And she's like, you're acting like you're two. And Dean says, hey, I'm not going to Harvard. I could care less about Harvard. I just wanted to hang with you, but relax. Since apparently I'm two, maybe I'll just grow out of it. And they both storm off in opposite directions. I'm like, I'm too old for this.
I was like, they're fighting already. Really? Come on. Ugh. I mean, I told you this would happen,
You did?
by the way. Yeah, it's like already happening.
I
but also like
believed
this
you.
whole yes, you did. I told you this would happen. You're like, I already know everything that happens. This fight was so ridiculous. Like on the vein of I'm too old for this. Rory, yes, you're really tired. Don't you enjoy spending time with Dean? Shouldn't you have just been like, I'm so tired. Can we like just do something really like chill? Can we just go back to my house? We'll get the pizza and just like relax. And I'm feeling anxious about like all these activities, and I kind of want to do some reading about the activities, but like let's just chill, and maybe I can do the reading while we're at my house. You know what I mean? Like those things weren't mutually exclusive. Like she didn't have to be like, I can't see you because I have to look at this thing. Like you could still do that with him there, and he would have been fine with that.
He offered to watch you browse for books for 6 hours.
That's what I'm saying.
He was fine. He just wants to be in your presence. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, and Dean could have also like proposed something along the same line. Like he also could have realized like, oh, she's really tired, like she's had a long day.
Yeah.
And been like, hey, why don't we do something more relaxing or something? Or just like, can I just come over while you're doing that stuff?
Yes.
Like,
been more understanding. I mean, she was covered in dirt. Like this day got to her, you know?
Yeah.
He didn't, nothing.
Like,
Didn't
it was
see any of that.
totally, just went totally over his head that she was, like, so tired and just, like, not good communication.
I'm mad because my girlfriend doesn't seem to have time for me anymore. And it's like,
I get why he's annoyed. Like, I have to go do this thing. Let's hang out tonight. Okay, fine. And then she's just like...
It keeps blowing him off. It could feel that way.
He could be annoyed.
Do you remember when we were at the mall years ago and we overheard a conversation of like, it was a guy and his girlfriend. It was like teenagers. And he was like, I just want to spend time with you. Do you remember that? They were in the food court. And that's all we heard because we were walking. We like overheard a conversation.
We were just walking by.
Yes. And what we heard was like, I just want to spend time with you. And there was a girl that was like ignoring the guy.
Were they
like they were in the food court getting food?
They were in the food court. Yeah, were they like at the cookie place at the old mall?
Oh gosh, I don't remember which place they were at.
I remember.
Do you remember that?
I do remember this. Now that you've brought this up, yes, I do.
This scene reminded me of that.
That line is like, oh my gosh.
It's like bringing back something.
Yes, it unlocks memory. I just want to spend time with you. And then the girl was just like,
annoyed.
Not interested. Just like annoyed.
Yes, and we were like, oh my God, that's terrible. Like, what's going on?
That's so awkward.
Yes. Like, that's the only thing we heard.
This scene made me remember that moment. I was like, oh, I guess it's accurate.
Teenagers.
They act like this.
Angst.
The teen angst.
Yep.
But yeah, so Rory and Dean, they storm off. And then we're at the Gilmore house. You see Rory at the kitchen table. She's clearly starting to do research about what to do. Lorelai walks in. She's like, okay, I am too tired to go out tonight and cannot trust my accessorizing instincts. Tell me, what do you think? And shows her a purse. And Rory goes, I have no wilderness skills. Lorelai's like, oh, okay, so you hate the purse?
Yeah.
And Rory just goes on about to get into Harvard. Is she going to do that without wilderness skills? And she's just going on about how Lorelai never taught her wilderness skills. And like, what were you doing? Lorelai's like, what? But Rory's just freaking out because she can't find a place to do community work. She's having a panic attack, basically, of like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to catch up. And Lorelai is just like, relax. She says the same thing. Like, you're not going to be able to catch up all in one night. Take a break. And why don't you tell Dean to come over? But they're in a fight. So Lorelai starts to feel bad and was like, well, I can cancel my plans with Max and we can hang in and figure this stuff out, kind of relax, do those things. But Rory says, no, I'm just going to figure this out myself. And Lorelai says, look, reconsider calling Dean. It's not your fault that you're so fabulous and that he can't think of anything else. I mean, he just sits in his room eating Fruit Loops out of a box, saying your name over and over and over. Rory, I love you, Rory. I will not be ignored. And Rory's like, get out of here. What?
Yeah,
was that from something?
I don't know, but spooky.
That imagery was just really disturbing.
It's like
and
off-putting.
Yes. So yeah, that's definitely a contender for something spooky happening. But anyway, so Lorelai leaves. We flash to, we're at a fancy dinner with Max and Lorelai. Lorelai looks like she's got a lot on her mind. Max is noticing this, and Lorelai is just like, there's the Rory thing, and a lot to think about with the wedding. And then Max says, I forgot to tell you, I saw my parents today, and they just wanted me to tell you how thrilled they are. My mother cried twice. She said, you don't have to call her mom, but you can if you want. My father took me aside and gave me a long talk about marriage, and they gave me this. And he pulls out a check. And Lorelai's like, no, why? We're going to do all this to ourselves, but it's for $35. It's coming in 4 installments, so they don't spend it all in one place. Max's mom even offered her wedding dress for Lorelai, but apparently that would have been too big for her, so Max denied it on her behalf and just said that she was wearing her own mom's dress. He said, it doesn't matter if you are or not, just wanted to offer something. And Lorelai's like, okay, she can tell she's like getting frustrated. She's getting, not frustrated, I couldn't think of the right word, she was getting like antsy and restless and like, when something's bothering you and you just can't you're just shaking.
Your head is askew.
It's like twitching. You're like, yeah, like that's the vibe she was giving off. And she's like, I just think it's so great that your parents are so happy and into everything. That must be nice to have. And he says, think of it this way. Now they're kind of your parents too. So you'll have that also. And she's like, yeah, I will. I'll think of it like that. That's exactly how I think of it. Because otherwise, I'd have to look at it like Max's parents who love him and care about him, and I have parents. But Lorelai just cannot get that moment out of her head. That's nice. I hope we're in town who reacts like that. Max is trying to be logical. He's like, there's so much baggage between you guys. Maybe that's why. I don't know. And Lorelai's like, no, you figure out a different way. And Max says he agrees that it's wrong, but you can't change who they are, and you won't get anywhere trying to. Lorelai's like, I don't want to talk about my parents anymore. I don't want to talk about them at all. Let's get dessert. Let's leave. I don't want to be here. You know, she's all over the place. And he's like, well, it's still early. Let's just go somewhere else and talk. And she's like, okay, let's go. And they flash to Max and Lorelai driving. Max again is trying to like logic his way through, talk some reasoning into Lorelai about what's going on in Emily's head. Lorelai's not listening. She's like, yeah, sure. She's just giving him directions. Turn left, turn right, go here, go there. And we see that they pull up to the Gilmore mansion. Max is like, whoa, tries to stop her from going in. Look, I know what you're trying to do here, but maybe wait until tomorrow. Calm down. Think this through. You'll be a little more objective. But Lorelai is just ringing that doorbell. Emily answers the door and she's like, what on earth? And Lorelai just steps on in there, being like, okay, I just wanted to see how you were. And Emily's like, I'm fine. She's like, fine? Oh, good. Glad you're fine. I'm not fine. And Emily's like, we can do this in the morning. Lorelai says, no. We have to do this right now. Emily's like, are you drunk? And Lorelai goes, no, I'm confused. I'm confused about you for so many reasons. For example, why can't you keep a maid in this house? There must have been 1,000 women who have gone through here in the 32 years that I've been alive, and not one of them could stick it out. And Emily's like, all right, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, like, okay.
On a side note, have you noticed that?
Yeah, of course I've noticed that. It's a different maid every single time.
It's a different maid
Why?
every single time. I don't know, but it's just a running thing. She never has the same maid.
Yeah, no, I have definitely
week.
noticed that.
Okay.
It's every single time there's a different person.
Yes.
But Lorelai continues and she's like, and why is it that when your only daughter tells you she's getting married, you can't muster up even a little enthusiasm, even a little fake enthusiasm? Why don't you pretend that you care? This is the biggest thing to happen to me, possibly for the rest of my life, and you dismissed it. Like I said, hey, I'm thinking of getting a Honda. Why don't you care? Why have you never cared? No matter what has happened in my entire life, you're never happy for me. And that hurts, Mom. That really hurts. And then Emily's like, I don't want to discuss this, and starts to leave. Lorelai continues and she says, do you know how it felt for me to tell you I was getting married and to have you just brush it off like that? Do you know? And then Emily,
Yeah, like, no, I don't know. I was like, whoa.
She's like, okay. Possibly very similar to finding out from a complete stranger that my only daughter was getting married and told every other person in the world before she bothered to tell her own mother. Possibly it felt something like that. And Emily says, now, if you'll excuse me, it's late and I'm going to bed. And she gets the door and Lorelai leaves. And Max has been standing there this whole time.
Yeah.
Like, he's like,
it's awkward.
My parents would really like to have lunch with you and Mr. Gilmore sometime soon. Okay, nice meeting you. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
But we fade to the Independence Inn. We're in the lobby. Suki's trying to get Michelle to eat a cookie. She's like, eat the cookie. And Michelle's like, I will not eat the cookie. He's like,
You have to tell me which one of these is better.
And he's like, Suki, I only eat 1,500 calories a day. If I eat that, I cannot have my Boca burger later.
But then Lorelai arrives. She wants to go back to the kitchen and make herself some coffee. And Suki's like, no. We go back. The entire kitchen is filled with heart-shaped cookies and cakes. I mean, it looks beautiful, all the stuff that's put together. And Lorelai, she's so happy to find out that Suki is throwing her a party. Suki says the whole town's in on it. And then this is kind of when it clicks for Lorelai. And she's like, did you happen to call my mom? And then Suki tells her that she did. And it's like, okay. This makes sense about what happened. Suki's like, are they coming? And Lorelai's like, nah, I don't think so. But then we flash to the party. The whole town is filled with fairy lights and purple draperies and drapings and pink and candles floating and so many gifts. I mean, it was beautiful. I thought it was beautiful.
It was. But I was like, how is this happening?
Who?
Just like,
how?
I don't even know
It's the
what
magic
to say. It's like,
it's the whimsy.
But like, so Lorelai knows everyone in the town? She's such a part of the town that they're having her engagement party in the center of the town, just like outside.
I guess so.
It's
and everyone's
like,
invited
and like the whole town is there. It's just like,
I guess so.
One of those things that feels like unexpected.
It's part of the magic and whimsy.
I mean, it was cool. It was really beautiful.
It was beautiful. This is another one of those like magical moments, this party, I think.
It's like similar to the like they're walking around town and everyone has the flowers.
Yes.
It's like that feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Lorelai and Max are sitting on these like really nice chairs and they're surrounded with gifts and they're kind of panning around the party. And we see Kirk, he's walking around with a megaphone. He's like, attention guests, the buffet line is clogging at Sector B. I repeat, Sector B is moving too slow. So they show that. They show there's a whole area for dancing. Lane is DJing the party. Rory goes up to talk to her, and we find out that Lane has a 10 o'clock flight. She was leaving that night, but Lane says she will be back for the wedding. So you know when you're coming home then, because the wedding's in 3 months.
3 months.
So you'll be back in 3 months.
But then in that conversation, doesn't Rory say something like, oh, do you have a return date or something? And she's like, no.
Yeah.
She doesn't know when she's coming back, but she'll be back for the wedding.
Basically promising, like, I promise I'll be back for the wedding, but like,
you have no idea.
She doesn't actually know what's going on.
We flash back to Max and Lorelai. They're opening up gifts. Max says, I don't know if you realize this, but every gift we've opened up has been for you. And he's holding some sort of Hello Kitty something. What was that?
I don't know.
I really tried. I was like, I cannot figure out what that is. There was a ton of Hello Kitty stuff. There was a Hello Kitty.
Notice there was a bunch of it was like pink. I didn't realize it was all Hello Kitty.
It wasn't all, but I saw a toaster, a teapot, and a figurine.
I saw the toaster, definitely. Like, it was like that, like, pastel pink kind of stuff.
And there was all sorts of, like, pink, which is, this is the theme of the party, is like these pinks and purples. But I'm like, that's not even like her. It's not like she's like, super like, I'm a pinky and purple girl. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's fine.
I mean, kind of, a little bit. She's very, like, bedazzly.
That's true. She did bedazzle.
And she does have, like, pink things, but not, I know what you're saying.
I guess
it's not
like the Hello Kitty aesthetic.
Yes,
I guess is what I'm trying to say.
That's the wrong aesthetic. It's more of, like, a artsy, bedazzly aesthetic. Is
out
her
there aesthetic, not like Hello Kitty's a certain type of aesthetic.
The pink, pink leopard print kind of aesthetic versus like pink Hello Kitty. That's like different things.
Those are different things. So I was like, oh, okay, it's just kind of interesting. But they're opening up these gifts, and then we find out that apparently Max is leaving for 2 months.
Yeah, it's like, where did this come from?
To teach in Toronto, but you're getting married in 3?
Yeah, it like made no sense. I was like, what?
It's going to get even more confusing.
It's going to get even more confusing. What the heck? Exactly. So for the summer, because he's off during the summer, because he's a teacher, he's going to go teach in Toronto.
Okay.
Well, why is the wedding scheduled then in 3 months? Like,
was any of this thought through? Did anybody talk about anything? Like, how did it...
how did this happen?
How did this even happen?
Did this happen?
How did they it's in 3 months? It's like, it is?
They realize they have control over the wedding date,
I don't know.
right?
So there's that. But they're just talking about how much they'll miss each other and all that. We're panning around. We see little girls running around in flower girl type dresses, part of the Miss Patty School of Dance, and they're putting on a little performance in the gazebo. We see Kirk, he's watching that, and Rory approaches. She's like, why aren't you up there, Kirk? But he says he doesn't tap anymore. And then they're talking about the structure of the gazebo, and then all of a sudden Rory surprisingly knows the grade of the wood and all the things from the one day she was on the construction site.
She knows everything about wood grains, 2x4s.
But then Kirk gets distracted and he takes his megaphone. He's like, hey, no tossing of the Jordan almonds. I repeat, put the almonds down. So he runs off, but then Dean is at the party and he finds Rory and he asks how she is. He says, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. And they apologize to each other. They were both wrong. They're both apologizing. And Dean says he got jealous of Harvard for a minute, which is crazy because he's like, I love the fact that you're going to Harvard. So they're just going back and forth on that and understanding of each other's situations. And Dean's like, look, I'm not going to a fancy school. I don't even know what that pressure would be like. And Rory says, but you could go to a fancy school if you want to. And Dean's like, nah, I don't think so. And she tries to encourage him, but he's like, no. And he just moves on and he says, do you accept my apology? She says yes. And they kiss each other and they're on the bench together. It's very cute. We're back with Lorelai and Max, and Lorelai is looking at Luke's. She's not present. She's not present in the moment. She's staring off at Luke's.
Lorelai, you're on a throne in the middle of the town next to your fiancé, surrounded by gifts, surrounded by the townsfolk, and you're looking over at Luke's.
Tisk,
tisk. Yeah, I was like,
tisk, tisk, tisk.
You are in denial.
So she's looking off at Luke and says she'll be right back. We see Kirk again with the megaphone. And he's like, only 3 treats per person. No hogging of the treats. If caught with more than 3 treats on a plate, you will be faced with possible expulsion from said party. And Lorelai walks over. She's like, hey, Kirk, can I see that for a second? And then takes the megaphone and walks off. I was laughing because him yelling about only 3 treats per person, that made me think of our recent strudel experience we had.
Oh my gosh, the strudel.
I have to tell
It's
the story
true, you
because
have
this
to.
is insane. Okay. Our parents are part of a church. It was like a community like Oktoberfest event that they
Yeah.
were hosting.
I arrived with our parents earlier than you and your husband
Yeah.
did. The event started at 6. We got there at 6 because we wanted to get a table. And they were still kind of getting everything ready. We see there's these 2 people next to us. There's not a ton of people there yet. They have 2 plates of strudel from the pastry table. And we're like, oh, I guess we can go get some strudel because we were kind of hungry. Like, okay, let's, whatever. So our dad, he walks over, gets 3 plates of strudel and brings it back. There was a lady manning the strudel table and she comes over to our table and is like, hey, you weren't supposed to take those yet. It's on time. Like, you're not supposed to have those. And we had like already started like eating them. We were like, oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't know. We thought we could grab them. She's like, that's why they were covered. But it wasn't like totally covered. It was a little bit uncovered. Okay. So we're like, we're so sorry. Apologize. Think we'll move on. She goes to tell one of the people that's running the event that like we did this. There's not a ton of people there. He has to make an announcement like, folks, the food is not available yet. Please refrain from eating anything yet. The food is not open. We're like, oh God. Okay. So we're like causing issues. All right. That happens. And then throughout the night, I'm like kind of looking over at this lady and she's like staring us down from like
Yes.
across the room.
I can confirm this was happening because we arrived to the event and they're all like, oh my God, this strudel thing happened. It's like, what? And it's like, that lady is like really mad at us because we took some strudel. And I'm like, look over. And she was. She kept like looking over there to the table.
Looking at our
like,
table and like squinted
like
eyes.
A squinty eyes look
like angry, staring
like I'm mad
us
at you.
down.
Yeah. It was like really uncomfortable.
So then there's another lady coming around like, it's okay, like go get more, go get stuff, there's plenty, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah, like there's plenty of food.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, your husband, he's like, well, I'm going to go get some strudel. And we're like, okay.
Yeah.
So he goes over to the table and comes back and we don't know what happens, right? And he was like, at first she wouldn't let me get any. And we're like, ha, 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 because your husband's someone to make jokes about. Like, he's someone that would like make a joke of like, oh yeah, she would let me go get the strudel. Cause
like he would joke about that.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, haha, that's so funny. That's so funny. He's like, no. She was like angry and said like, no, you can't have any strudel. You're from that table that took strudel already. And we're like, wait, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, I haven't had any and this is for my wife. So she allowed it, but she stared us down even after that.
Yeah, she was like watching to make sure like who ate that strudel.
Yes, and I saw her talking to another lady that was helping running the event,
and she was like pointing at us. Was she be like that table over there?
Yes,
like she was like pointing.
She was pointing at our table, being like, "They took strudel." I was like, "What is going on?
Like
this is a community
isn't that big
event.
of a deal. Like this isn't."
The point is to eat the strudel.
Yes.
Like I don't like.
The point of this event is to eat the food that's here.
Yes.
That
We were like
lady
blacklisted.
had something happened. Like, I don't know. That lady had something going. She was way too concerned about
the
the
strudel.
strudel.
It was insane.
And controlling, like, who got some.
It's like, you already had some, you can't have any more. When your husband got the strudel, everyone had eaten, everyone had gotten strudel.
Yeah. It was like after round 1 of everyone got desserts. Like,
yes.
It
wasn't like early on.
No.
It was like
when that happened.
towards
So
the
it was
end
like-
of the event, honestly. Yeah. And there was plenty of strudel on the table, plates of strudel.
There was literally plenty there. It wasn't like, oh, there's only like a little left or something.
And before the event was over, I saw her, she was packing it up.
Like, oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
There's people still there eating and dancing. I'm like, oh my gosh.
There's that late. She like, maybe she just didn't want anyone to take the strudel. She's like, I want to take this home or something. You know,
she was
like
hoping no one touched the strudel.
Like, there's something
I'm just
like
keep this covered, make sure
Yeah,
maybe no one will notice this here. It was covered.
It's also like hilarious but annoying to me that she didn't target the other table next to the table that took it first.
Right. I don't think she knew that they ate it.
She just saw you guys
do it.
eating it.
Yeah, and us eating it.
So she just thought you guys did that.
Yes. And now our dad is like, no, I don't want to eat there. I don't want to go to those events because he thinks I think
he's gonna go back. He's gonna run in this lady. Yes. He's like, I never
We're
want
like
to go back
scared
there.
of her. We're like, oh my God. Anyway, it just made me think of that. It was so crazy.
Yep.
But anyway, so Lorelai walks into Luke's and is like, why aren't you at the party? And he's like, well, I just kind of got busy in here. And she's like, well, it's pretty crazy out there. You know, people having fun. You know, it's just a thing you kind of hate. But it says, look, it's a big night for me tonight. And it really feels like you should be there.
They are good friends. You know?
They are. She was like, you're my friend. I want you to be at my party. She leaves. We're back at the engagement party. We see Sookie and Jackson. And Sookie's like, this party, it's amazing, and I just love this, and this is great, and Lorelai and Max are amazing, and they're in love, but they have each other, and this is amazing, and Jackson's like, all right already, all right, I get it. Sookie's like, what?
She has no idea.
No.
Like she's completely oblivious.
He's like, don't you know I hear you? Like, all the hints, all the this. And she's like, what?
Like, what are you talking
What are you
about?
talking about?
He says, look, I'm not ready to get married, but I'd be willing to move in with you.
And Sookie just finds that hilarious. She's like, Jackson, you're a riot. You're good. You
It's like,
are
you're
good. You little you. You are good. And Jackson's like, I'm not kidding. I'm serious. I'm moving in with you. And so it's a little funny scene between the two of them.
And then we just kind of have a little montage of the party. Miss Patty's dancing with Kirk. Dean and Rory are sitting together. Her head's on his shoulder. We see Lane getting in the car to go to the airport. Her huge suitcase is like strapped
It's to the top of the car.
Rory and her wave goodbye to each other. Max and Lorelai are dancing together. I mean, it's a really just beautiful, I think.
Like
that
a really
whole
nice
scene.
atmosphere and everything, yeah.
Mhm. And we see Luke. He walks out on into the party, and he and Lorelai make eye contact and kind of smile and wave at each other. And he sits down on the bench. And there's three of the little girls in their flower girl dresses. And they just kind of look up at him. And he just kind of stares down at them. And it's just like, what? Yeah. Love is everywhere I go. It's like, oh, it's just the music. I don't know. It's so good.
It's really nice, really like warm.
Mm-hmm.
Warming. I don't
Just
know.
warming,
It's
yeah.
in the summertime. Like
Yeah.
it's-
It was magical and whimsical. It was like, oh, I love this party.
I did love the party. Overall,
Wasn't it
I really
nice?
did love the party.
Yeah.
It really was.
There's like floating candles in the trees, and it was just so,
Everyone was happy,
yeah.
except for Lane, but
Well, except
It
for
ruined
Lane.
it.
She thinks she's never returning, so
but everyone else was happy.
that stinks. I mean, just for a minute, Rory's waving goodbye. Rory's unconcerned. She is not
I
concerned.
also noticed that. Why was she just like, Dean, I need a second. Like, Lane's leaving for like the whole summer. I don't know when she's coming back. Why wouldn't she like run over there and be like, oh my gosh, I'm
and
gonna
give her a
miss you."
hug.
Yeah, or something. Yeah.
Nothing. She was just like, see ya.
Bye.
I'm with my boyfriend.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
Back to my old ways.
Yeah, like wasn't this a whole conflict in
It
an episode at
was,
one point?
yeah. So,
Teenagers.
what are you going to do? We flash. It's now another day.
Pretty sure it's
It's probably the next
the
day.
next. Well, yeah, it could be many days later. Who knows?
Who knows? But it's not the same night. It's a different day. We're at the Gilmore mansion, and Lorelai shows up unannounced, and she has Veils with her. Emily is sitting in one of the rooms. She's writing a letter, and Lorelai just says, oh, hey, Mom, I was in the neighborhood at a wedding dress shop, and I was trying to find a veil, and I thought that you might have an opinion on which one would look best for me since you know me, so I thought I'd stop by and ask which would be good. She's
Nice.
extending an olive branch.
Nice
She's
olive
like,
branch.
Let's
Yep.
mend this.
This rift.
Thank you.
No problem.
Whatever
This.
this is, let's mend it. Emily, at first is kind of like, look, you're perfectly capable of picking this out yourself. You don't need my help. And then Lorelai says, hey, I'm sorry. I don't know how to tell you things. I don't know if you've noticed, but we don't communicate very well. And when something good happens to me, I'm afraid you're going to make me feel bad about it. And when something bad happens, I'm afraid you're going to say, I told you so. I'm not sure that's always fair, and I'm sure I share part of the blame, but you think your words don't affect me, but they do, and I just didn't want to feel bad about this. So I waited, and I really didn't mean to hurt you. Emily's quiet, so Lorelai is about to go. And then Emily says, your head is much too big for a veil.
She just had to get in one more jab.
One
in
more
there.
jab in there, bringing it back to Emily's always saying her head is way too big, but then says you might consider a tiara. And Lorelai's like, oh, a tiara? And then Emily, gets this look on her face and she goes, well, that's what I wore. And Lorelai's like, oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'll think about that. And she leaves. And they kind of smile a little bit at each other and it fades to the credits.
That scene at the end. Okay, so it's interesting. So if you remember last episode, I was like very confused as to why Lorelai wasn't just telling her parents.
Yeah.
And you kind of answered it.
I
And I think you, like,
said,
yes.
I basically said this monologue, but not knowing that Lorelai says this monologue.
Yes, I think you like subconsciously knew the reason was explained here in this scene, but you somehow knew and you told me that. You're like, well, she feels like when she shares things, they get ruined, so like she wanted to just be happy in that moment. I was like, okay, that makes sense, and then here we go. This scene, like she literally says that. Yeah. It was just funny because I'm like, that's exactly what Julia said to me.
No, I was laughing too. It's her general vibe throughout the show. Like I know that. I was kind of like, oh my gosh, when she said this monologue, so I was like, okay, that's like word for word like what I told Alexandria last episode, and I did not even know she was about to say this. I really didn't. I just know that's her vibe. So I was like, okay.
I was like, it was just funny because I was watching it and I'm like, that's exactly what Julia said. And I was like, oh, I wonder if she just like subconsciously had like remembered that. I was like, that was so spot on. Yeah. Because when you were telling me, you weren't like, shocked. This is why, you didn't like know. You were just like, no, right. I think it's probably because of I could tell that, Right. So it was like, oh my God, like it's exactly this.
I was even shocked. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm good. Like I'm really
good. You
little you.
You. Yeah, so that was like funny when I was watching it, but it does make a lot of sense. Like, and I'm glad that the two of them had a chance to like have that conversation, start mending the whole,
and we start again
thing.
Start the mending again.
Yeah. All right, so let's do our recap.
Okay.
So first thing is fashion. Nothing super memorable.
Nothing
this time
stood out. Rory had overalls on. Why?
Does she own overalls?
Does she own? I guess she does.
And guess what? Paris had the same overalls. They were distributed the night before for this outing for all the Chilton kids. Lorelai, I don't know. I didn't have good feelings about her fashion. It opened up with her with the 80s veil. No. Then it's like her engagement party. Mm-hmm. And she was just wearing like anything memorable.
I really didn't like her engagement party dress. I'm glad you bring that up. It's like, it wasn't memorable. I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah, like what even was it? I can't even remember it. I just remember it was like, what? Like it didn't give the vibe of like, this is a really special day for me and I want to look special. Like it didn't.
Yeah, I didn't get that sense from it. I was disappointed in what she was wearing. I know I felt that way. Yeah, not a ton of fashion this episode.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Okay, spooky.
Yeah, so we threw out a couple things.
So the first one I have was Dean with the Fruit Loops. The part where Lorelai was saying that Dean was eating Fruit Loops in his room and talking about Rory or something.
Yeah, was that from something?
I don't know, but it would make a lot more sense if it was. But I also would believe that she just said that and was being weird.
Like, Rory, I will not be ignored, Rory, or something like
like you think she was doing like an impression?
She had to have been because it was so weird. Let me look this up.
Okay, look it up. Because I have no idea. If it is, I have no idea what it's referenced to.
Okay, I found something.
Okay.
I'm on annotatedgilmoregirls.com. Okay, the quote is, Rory, I love you. Rory, I will not be ignored, Rory. It says, Lorelai is slightly misquoting from the 1987 thriller film Fatal Attraction.
Oh, okay.
So that makes sense.
Have you ever seen that movie?
I have not, but I've heard of it.
I've also heard. Yeah, I've definitely heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it either. Like, what? Do you know what? Do you know what happens in it?
I don't. This is what it says here. The film is about a married man named Dan, played by Michael Douglas, who has a brief affair with a woman named Alex, played by Glenn Close. Alex becomes obsessed and stalks Dan and his family. Oh my gosh!
What?
Oh my God! Okay, wait. Let me just read this. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna read this thing.
At one point, Dan confronts Alex at her apartment, and they end up in a physical altercation. Alex says to him, "What am I supposed to do? You won't answer my calls. You change your number. I mean, I'm not going to be ignored, Dan."
Okay. So that's where that's coming from, that quote. That makes sense.
Fatal Attraction was a massive box office hit, number 2 film of 1987. In the U.S., number 1 film worldwide, leading to more psychological thrillers being made in the 80s and 90s. It received good reviews and much discussion around feminist and mental health issues. It's notable that Alex's surname is Forrest, very similar to Dean's surname of Forrester, and yet another hint of Dean's obsessive stalker tendencies.
What?
Oh my God.
Guys.
Oh my God. Wait, what?
That person wrote that. They're validating what we think.
Oh my God. There's someone else. that thinks this. This is true.
He has stalker tendencies.
His stalker tendencies. We've been saying this all along.
I know.
Stalker tendencies. And like, I didn't even like know this until we did this podcast. And I was like,
yeah, that's right. This is like blowing Julia's mind right now because she, until we were doing this podcast, I don't think she was thinking this. And now we just found another person.
Oh my God.
that wrote that.
And they wrote this in 2018.
Wow. That's awesome. What's this website?
AnnotatedGilmoreGirls.com.
Nice.
This is incredible. Okay. I don't even know what to say. I'm just like, this is blowing my mind.
When you first were saying, they had a note in there about the last names being similar, and I'm like, okay, that has nothing to do with it. But it's just like, no, it's a stalker. It's like, wait.
Yeah. This person says, yet another hint of Dean's stalker tendencies.
So they've written about the other hints. Stuff.
Maybe there's even more to come that I don't even realize.
There could be.
I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss for words.
Whenever we find new like evidence that's like Dean's a stalker, we're always like, this is everything.
Yeah, I know.
This is everything.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You know what it feels like? Like we're trying to like solve a crime or something. Like that's what this feels like. Like, like doing our own like research for true crime. Like on this date, Dean spoke these words.
Yeah.
Which implied this.
Like, there it is. We found the evidence.
There's evidence right
we
there.
Found the evidence.
It's right there. That's awesome.
This is just crazy.
Wow.
Also, I want to watch this movie now, though.
We have to watch that movie.
Movie night.
Woo!
Movie night. I keep wanting to have a movie night.
I know.
Can we have a movie night?
Yeah. Come over later tonight.
I could.
You could.
Oh my gosh, guys. Sarah and I are going to have a movie night. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. Let's do it.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay, other notable mentions.
Yeah, yes, quickly, before we move on to the next segment
notable.
here. Notable mentions?
Wait a minute.
No, wait, what is... Did you mean honorable mentions?
I think so. I mixed up notable quotables and honorable mentions.
We'll go with notable mentions.
That's our new
Notable
thing.
mention number 1 was Lane preparing a kit for the FBI to put her on a missing persons poster.
Yeah.
Or something.
That was a little concerning. Lane's like, I'm not coming back.
Here's a mock-up of what I'm going to look like in 6 months. What?
I will disappear and I will end up on the true crime being like the disappearance of Lane Kim.
Yeah.
And all the evidence leading up to that disappearance.
Here's a bunch of stuff you might need when you're searching for me after I've disappeared. Like, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so notable mention. Another notable mention is the conditions on the construction site.
Yeah.
When Rory almost got a head injury from a falling 2x4.
Yeah. What the heck was this construction site?
What about wholesome moments?
My wholesome pick, I love when Rory and Richard make up and they give each other a hug.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. That moment was really cute to me. I'm very fond of like cute Richard moments, I feel like. I don't know, when he's like having moments of like, oh, and he's like happy with Rory or with Lorelai. And I don't know why. It's just like, oh, Richard.
Yeah, it does. It just
It's
makes
cute.
you feel nice. It's cute. I will add into the wholesomeness kind of like the end scene where they're like mending. They're starting to mend things.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Yeah,
So,
that's nice. Yeah.
quotes. Did you have any quotes?
I struggled with like an actual quote.
So what I wrote down for this was, again, quick back to the Lane Kim retrieval kit. When she's just like out of nowhere, she's just like, and this is a kit. Or,
The Lane
this
trim.
is the Lane Kim
Lane
retrieval.
trim?
Lane trim.
The Lane
What?
trim.
Retrieval.
Treble kit. The Lane trim treble kit. I can't talk.
It's just like out of nowhere. She gets this like manila envelope.
Yeah.
This is the Lane Kim retrieval kit. It contains. It's just pulling stuff out of it. Like I was
Like
laughing.
that is a concept.
Yes.
Like your moment.
That was my quotable moment.
Yeah. I don't know if I really have anything crazy. I think maybe mine could be Rory, it's summer. God. Rory, come on. What the heck? Why won't you hang out with me? Rory, come on. It's summertime. Ugh. Like, I think maybe that might be like what my quote is. I'm like, all right, Dean. Yeah, I think that's my pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Romantic analysis and predictions.
Okay, we kind of have to
A
touch
lot.
on everybody here. There's a lot. Like,
Everyone that could possibly have a relationship or has a relationship was seen in
Yes.
this episode.
they were seen. We saw you.
We saw,
I see you.
I see you, Henry.
You
You.
little you.
You. I'm going to keep bringing that up like every time.
Yes, because there's gonna be times where it's like you.
You.
Okay, Lane and Henry and Lane.
Yeah. Here's what I think. They have a solid foundation. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Okay.
He's sticking around. Even though she's leaving for some months,
Yes.
she's going to come back and they're just going to pick up where they left off.
Okay.
And I like Henry. I think he's like a long-term contender almost for a Lane relationship. Like he's like,
It feels that way.
you know, like
Right.
she said it. She's like, I actually like this person and he's Korean
He's
and
awesome.
he's
He like fits all the boxes.
fits all the boxes for her family and everything.
Yes.
It's like,
It's perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
We like
I like
it. We
that.
like it. Okay.
Sookie and Jackson,
Sookie and Jackson.
they're going to move in together, I guess.
Well, that felt
That's my
obvious.
prediction.
Yes. Do you think they're like forever and ever?
Honestly, yeah. Like their relationship is actually moving at like a normal pace compared to some other people in the show.
It's like, wow, a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's like they started as friends.
Yeah.
Then they started dating. They've been dating for a while. They get along really nicely. Now they're talking about maybe moving in. It's just like, I love their quirkiness together, and they just seem really compatible, and it makes me happy. I don't know.
He grows the food. She makes the food.
Right.
It's like, wow, this works.
Yep. They complement each other really nicely.
So
And
you see them being like forever and ever.
yeah. Unless something really terrible happens, like someone gets in an accident or something.
Oh my God. What a turn this show would have. Jackson dies.
Like a car accident.
Like what? That would be insane. I'm gonna say that's not gonna happen.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that nothing like that to
Will
like
happen.
that extent. Nothing like that happens.
Okay, good.
Where
good.
people like main characters die off, but like not like
All
that.
right,
No.
good. Okay, so knowing that, yeah, I think they're
Okay.
going to be long term.
Okay.
Okay, so we got Rory and Dean. I'm disappointed that they're already fighting.
Yeah.
It's annoying me. It's like, I mean, I knew it was going to happen, and there has to be some drama in some of the relationships that are going on.
Right.
I mean, it's a show, but
Do you
I don't
think
know.
They're gonna break up again.
Yeah, because they just keep arguing
Yeah.
about stuff. I don't know. I mean, right now they're okay. I don't think it's going to happen like next episode or anything, but I don't know. Like their relationship, it seems like it could just be this like on and off again situation too, like over time.
Yeah.
I could see that happening
Mm-hmm.
where there might be some off times, but like then he comes back in the picture.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. That could make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's them. So then we get to Lorelai and Max.
Okay, so they're running to the altar here. What's gonna happen?
I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen.
Okay. I'll tell you exactly what you can do with a lifetime supply of chocolate. Okay.
Points if the listeners know what movie that's from. Okay, anyway. So I think she is like not actually deep down excited about this wedding, but she wants to be, and she's like trying to be, and she's going through all these motions, and so she's going to do that up until the day of the wedding. It's going to be the day of the wedding. She's going to be dressed, and at that time, she's going to realize, I can't do this. I can't go through with this.
Okay.
And she's going to tell Max she can't marry him or
Okay.
something along those lines. It's going to happen.
She's gonna say, Max, I can't do this. They're gonna have a conversation about it.
Yes.
And
They're going to
she's gonna
have
be
like mature
Here's
adults.
the ring.
Yeah, like I can't do
sorry.
this. I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Okay.
But she's going to do everything, all the motions leading up to
Up
that.
to it, that moment.
Yes.
Okay.
And then she's not going to actually like marry him. I'm convinced
You're like,
this is how
they
it
are
will go down.
not getting
because
married.
This is that path would be like the Max drama. And bonus if Luke somehow gets in there somehow, like he convinces her to not go through with it, maybe even indirectly. I don't know. Yeah, Luke might play a big, not like directly,
But indirectly might like say something that makes her think.
Yeah, because he's been doing that already.
He
Like,
has.
he keeps saying stuff, and then she's thinking about it. She's like, we haven't ever talked about where we're going to live. We haven't talked about that. That's fault from him.
That's true. That is true.
So he could do that again. He could say something, and then she's thinking, and she's like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's not going to marry him. No
Okay.
way.
It's official
No way.
prediction. This marriage
Official prediction.
is official prediction.
Like, why am I a robot? Official prediction.
Official prediction.
Yeah, and I will write this down in my little journal.
Yes. This is like getting written down type of a prediction. Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, that was episode 2 of season 2, Hammers and Veils. And next is episode 3, Red Light on Wedding Night.
Wait, is the wedding already happening next episode? Where did the whole summer go? I didn't look at this ahead of my predictions.
Yeah, there may be a jump in time.
I mean, that's fine. I guess it doesn't really change anything I've said. I just
No, I don't
wasn't
think-
expecting that to happen
So
already next
fast.
episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Red Light on Wedding Night.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know whose wedding it is, but I'm assuming it's the wedding.
Who can say? I'm not going to say anything more.
Okay. Oh, I need to go watch it. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to us if you haven't already on whatever platform you're listening on.
And if you want to support our show, give us some love, head over to buymeacoffee.com/sistersandstarshollow. The link is in every episode description. And you can give us some coffee recs, too, if you want, that we can try on the show.
Until next time,
Keep the coffee flowing.